guys, welcome to another week of WoW Weekly with Myst. Hope everyone's doing great. And this week we have PvP Brawl will be Temple of Hot Mogu, which is very cool because for those that don't know me very well, that is my favorite battleground. I love that battleground, and yeah, and it's the one I'm the best at. So I'll probably take part in this week's PvP Brawl. We'll also have World Quest, super easy weekly. So yeah, make sure you take that weekly, which is in Oribos, before you start doing anything out in the areas. And as long as you do that, you'll complete the weekly without even trying. It's such an easy weekly. Also, we have Harvest Festival starting up this week, so it's going to start up on the 17th, which is Friday, and it's going to run all the way till September 24th, so you have, a full week after Friday to take care of everything you need to do in Harvest Festival. Also, there is going to be Pirates Day on the 19th. So that will be on Sunday, and that lasts for one day. There's one achievement you get in there. It's a really easy achievement. Basically, it's called the Captain's Booty. I'm showing you here on my achievement page. And yeah, all you do is drink with the captain, and that's the achievement. Just the biggest thing is to remember to do it. That it's only for that one day, so that's the bigger challenge, is to remember to do the achievement on Sunday. And that is this week's events. Now, as for my goals and achievements. So goals, I don't think I made a goal last week, honestly. I haven't really been making any goals because I've been a little more carefree with my gameplay lately. And I haven't been super focused on one specific thing. But a lot of stuff did get accomplished. And one thing I've learned is I'd like to make the goals because it motivates me to do things in the game and, focus on at least that one thing. But I find that the weeks that I don't make goals are my most progressed weeks. So I'm starting to wonder, should I stop making goals? Because, yeah, I feel like I do more when I don't make it a thing. So yeah. With that said, I don't think we're going to make a goal. But, I always kind of have to have a goal once in a while. There's always things I want to do every week. There's nothing that I really need to get done this week. Harvest Festival, I don't need. I've done all that stuff. I've got the achievement for Pirates Day. World Quest is kind of blah. It's going to get done without efforts. And, of course I'll go in the PvP Brawl, but it's no need to make a goal out of that. So yeah, I think we're just going to have a no goal. I'm just going to do whatever in the game this week. So as for accomplishments, you are looking at a major accomplishment here in the video. So this that I'm showing you right now is Celestial Tournament. I've been doing it off and on for quite a while now. I've needed to do this for one more week. For a while. I put it off for a few months. And so I finally went and did it this past week and got my last pet. So the pets that you can get from this event is Xu Fu. I don't know if it's pronounced that way. I'm pronouncing, I think that's the way it's pronounced, but that's not even how I pronounce it normally. I usually say XUFU. But just because I think it sounds funny. So I'm not totally sure how it's actually pronounced, but I usually pronounce it XUFU. There's also Eula, Zeo, and Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi was the last one I bought, so Chi-Chi's the new one. Chi-Chi is like the one I cared about the least. I'm not too fond of Chi-Chi and Zeo, but I do really love XU, FU, and Eula. I think they're super adorable. But there's an achievement if you get all 4. It will take 12 weeks in total to get all these pets because it's 3 charms. Well, I don't know if they're called charms, but they're 3 of the celestial tokens, and that gets you 1 pet. And to get 3 of those tokens equals 3 weeks of this. So it'll take you 3 weeks for each individual one of these pets. So glad to have that knocked out of the way. I'm fully done with Celestial now. I did do a video a while back on the teams I use for Celestial. They're still viable. And yeah, I'll link that at the end of the video for those that maybe are interested in doing this event and want to check out the teams and all that. So that was accomplishment number 1. The next accomplishment was a pretty big one, and that is that I hit 28k achievement score. So that was awesome. I'm a little over that now because I've done a couple of achievements since hitting that. And yeah, so that was really cool. Glad to have that kind of milestone. I have a small aim for the achievement milestone per expansion, but since I would say probably Pandaland roughly, I try to get it up an extra 1,000 every expansion. I know that probably doesn't sound very high, but it's a casually accomplishable achievement score goal, right? Because 1,000 points is a lot. Really, when you think about it, there's some things out there that will get you a lot of points, but when you have a high achievement score, it is tough to get achievements that are worth more than 5 or 10 points a piece, right? Most of the achievements I do are 5-pointers, and this right here is kind of the crappy part of pet battling. A lot of those pet battles are worth 5 points, and trust me, it sucks. If you don't do the pet battles, you really don't understand how much of work goes into these 5-pointers. It kills me at the end when I go through all this work to get a 5-point achievement. But that's why it's like a small little goal. If I go above that, cool. But, you know, for the most part, my goal is 1,000 per expansion. So 28k, maybe next expansion we'll hit 29. Also, I got my travel in the Covenant up to level 3. So I finally did that. So I now have a level 3 travel, a level 2 conductor, level 2 followers, and I have the max level for my garden, so level 5. So I just want to get 2 more knocked out of the way, and then I'll feel pretty accomplished with all that. Also, I got one of my followers to level 60, which I did discover is legit the max level, at least at the moment. There was no more achievements past that point, so 60 is the highest. And yeah, that has taken some work. It's actually a little easier to do now for you guys that are maybe a lot lower. For me, I was already close to 60 by the time 9.1 came out because I've been doing the follower board since the beginning, nonstop. Got the pets, got the mounts, you know, I was getting transmogs and, you know, all that. Plus, I love getting all the pet charms off the board. So that's the biggest reason I do it, is for all the pet charms. But for those that maybe have been kind of like playing it casual over there, you can now get items in your missions They grant you experience. I actually have one still sitting in my bags because I didn't want to use it on the character that hit 60 because they were so close. They only needed like 4,000 experience, but somewhere along the way, I'm thinking maybe it was from the Sylvanas quest, maybe, I don't know. But somewhere along the way, I looted a token that applies 75,000 experience to the followers. I don't know where I got that. It's still in my bags. I'm going to use it on my lowest character because that's going to give them a whack load of levels. But aside from that item, there are items on the board that you can get. They're like 4,000, 5,000 experience, and it does help. Yeah. So leveling your followers is a ton faster right now because you can do missions for the experience, and then your reward is also an experience item. Another major thing, and this tops the list. This next one I'm gonna tell you, realistically, should have said it first. I'm definitely going out of order here, but it tops the list. In my personal opinion, it was the most accomplished thing I did all week. And for those that don't know the work that goes into it, you're probably not going to understand why, but I will explain why. So in Nazjatar, in the last expansion, there was an achievement. It's having to do with collecting all the pets out in Nazjatar. Super easy achievement till you get to the last one. You can pretty much battle all those pets in the whole list, except for Bloodseeker. He is a rare pet, so you're not just going to go out there and see a Bloodseeker. What you got to do is it's the counterpart of the Deep-Tide Fingerling, which is a very common pet out in Nazjatar. They are around the rivers, so basically a water area, but typically the rivers is where you're going to see them the most. You don't necessarily have to do the full battle, but you do need to at least kill the Deep-Tide Fingerling, and then you can forfeit the battle if you want. Basically, you just want to despawn that battle pet from the area. But in order to do it without doing the full battle, you have to at least kill the Deep-Tide Fingerling in the battle. So I did that for quite a few hours. I was working on that all day on Saturday. And yeah, it was around 7 p.m. when I looted the Bloodseeker. You know, I was actually in a call with my boyfriend bitching about how I hadn't seen the Bloodseeker and that someone probably stole my Bloodseeker, and then boom, he just appeared in front of me. I was really worried the whole time about it because it was Saturday during the day, so kind of a prime time of people playing WoW, and I was the only one doing pet battles. And I knew, I could tell because, like, you just know. You know if people are doing pet battles just based off of how many Deep-Tide are out and their spawn time. You know, they don't spawn very fast. Like, they don't respawn in the area fast. So, you know, I pretty much had to do the whole circle around the map. And yeah, so I was really worried. And of course, there'd be people hanging out in the air, and I'd be thinking that they're sitting there waiting for my Bloodseeker. And, you know, yeah. So I was really paranoid about doing that during the day, but it panned out, got the Bloodseeker, super happy, super rare pet. And that is the technique if you are also thinking of starting up that achievement, or maybe you need to finish it. He appeared to be a blue, so I think he might always be a blue because he's a rare pet, right? So like he must always be a blue. But yeah, so that knocked that out, which was super cool. And also completing this achievement helped me ignite another achievement I'd been working towards. This one was one of 4 achievements needed for that. It was called Team Aquashock and involves quite a few things in that particular patch in BFA. And it gets you the kelp fin. Here's a picture of the kelp fin. And so kind of knocked out 2 achievements right there. Another thing that I did this week is I got 2 pets that I have wanted for a very long time. I will fully admit I bought them. I did not finish the farm, so I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys and say I farmed for hours or anything. But I have, in the past, farmed for them, and I caved. I saw them on the auction house, and I bought them. Honestly, I had forgotten that I was farming the Azir Whelpling for a while. It wasn't until last week I was doing a secret video, which is now on the channel. I believe it was for the Sun Darter pet. And I went out to Winterspring to show you guys one of the locations. And when I killed something, I saw the drop chance of the Azir Whelpling, and it was kind of like, oh yeah, I'm farming that. I totally forgot. I'd taken many years off from farming it, and I just decided that instead of going back out there, I was just gonna buy it because I had farmed it for, a long time. For those that want to farm these, Azir Whelpling has a chance to drop off of any mob in Winterspring. And the Emerald Whelpling, if you decide to go after that one drops off the Noxious Whelps in Fairlaws. And so I chose to just buy it. I paid $70,000 a piece, which is a good chunk of money, especially for a pet. I don't know too many people that pay high amounts for pets. But for me, I felt it was worth it. I have a lot of things I farm in WoW. If I can take out 2 heavy-duty farms, then I'm all for that. So, because these pets are a very low drop chance. If I remember right, it's like 1 in 1,000 or something like that. Happy to have them. I leveled the Azir Whelpling to 25, but I still have to level the Emerald Whelpling. I'm a big fan of my Whelpling pets. The only one I'm missing is Ghost Whelpling, which is a drop from BFA. You had a chance to get it out of the islands. And this here isn't really an accomplishment, but I thought I'd mention it. So this is a recipe that I got out of Korthia. So I didn't realize there were any cooking recipes out there. And I got this one, and for those that are interested in maybe trying to get this themselves, it's useless. Like, it just gives you like a buff. Like a good for nothing buff, not a stat buff or anything. But I got it out of a nest of unusual materials, so that's how I ended up looting the cooking pattern. So basically when you use it, it'll say good mood for 5 minutes, and yeah, it's just one of those fun little buff things. And I was pretty happy to get it anyway, though, because I am a completionist when it comes to, like, patterns and stuff. And, yeah, so I'm very progressed on my druid. I have almost every enchanting pattern. I'm just missing a couple of world drops from BC, I think. And I'm only missing, like, 2. So I've worked really hard to get every enchanting pattern. Every inscription pattern, cooking, fishing. Guess we don't have to worry about first aid patterns anymore. And so I was really happy to, get one of those oddball cooking patterns that I won't have to run around Korthia at a later time opening nests for, because I will tell you, just from going after the Dark Maul, I never want to see another nest again after I'm done with that one, because I am so tired of just clicking nests and stuff. And that is my accomplishments for this week. So let's get to news. Okay, so the first piece of news I've got for you is that we're going to be able to fly while dead in Shadowlands. Now, this is a good one. I noticed in the comments a lot of people acted like it was new. As a night elf, this isn't really a new thing to me. I have been flying dead for a long time in past expansions, you know, as a wisp. But I do think this is a great thing for Shadowlands. There's a lot of zones there, a lot of areas that are a little kind of wonky if you can't get up in the air a bit. So cool ability. You know, nothing that really phases me, you know, like I barely die in Shadowlands as it is, you know, so not a big deal. No matter what, you can get to your destination, you know, you're not stuck or anything, but it will make things a little easier for some people. Personally, I feel the only area this is really going to be appealing in is Revendreth. Revendreth can be a little tough when you can't get in the air. But aside from that, cool feature. Glad that they've brought it back or brought it in for, you know, classes that have never experienced being able to be in the air dead. The next piece of news has to do with Muckery. So, for those that don't know, because of some of the lawsuit stuff, Jesse McCree, who was one of the former Blizz devs, left the company. The zone was apparently after his name. Rumors have said that Muckery wasn't even really named after him, but because the McCree sounds like Muckery, I don't know. But nonetheless, it's being changed. There was rumors of it a couple of weeks ago. I had mentioned it in a stream of mine, and I kind of gave my thoughts in that stream. In short form, I think this is a stupid decision. You know, I really hate cancel culture type stuff. And yeah, I think this is really stupid of them to change a name of something that is so big in WoW. You know, Muckery's like a major part of Argus. You know, there's lots of storyline. From what I've heard, there's books that mention that zone. You can't change that. So they're changing a name that literally can't be changed in other places. So it's still, at the end of the day, it's going to do nothing. You know, the people who have read the book and maybe don't play the game, they're going to be, you know, the person talking to them is going to say, oh yeah, it's the Muckery zone. So we're still going to hear that word. So if hearing that word was kind of the purpose here, then a lot of people are still going to call it Muckery. I know I will. You know, I'm stubborn and I don't like change, and a lot of the time I don't accept it. There's been a few things in the city that I live in where the names changed, and they've been changed for 20 years, and I still call them the original name. For 20 years, I have not accepted things that have changed names in this city. And I know I'll be probably that way with Muckery. The only difference is I'm a content creator, so if I happen to make a video that involves that area, I'm going to have no choice but to use the new name so that people know where to go, because, you know, most of my videos appeal to new players. But it'll always be Muckery to me. The name is being changed to Eridath. Sounds stupid. You know, it just doesn't even sound appealing. I don't know. I think this is a silly change, and there's so much more stuff that they're going to have to remove because there's many places where that mockery is actually in text and, you know, storylines and stuff like that. So, yeah. And at the end of the day, there's lots of videos on YouTube that have that name, right? So, yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunate for content creators because that's going to make it pretty much impossible to find those videos. So if you're a content creator and you've made videos that have the Macquarie title in them, you might want to go change that because no one's going to ever find your video again if they're looking for Eridath and don't have any clue that it used to be called Macquarie. So next up, we have the Broker Mark of Distinction. So basically, this is an item that you can purchase in Oribos for 500 gold. You do have to be Renown 80 on at least one character to be able to get this, and then you can send this item to your alts to instantly level them to Renown 40. That's a pretty cool item. 500 gold, that's like fucking pennies, right? Yeah, 500 gold's nothing in WoW, so very easy, good item. The Kyrian Traveler's Anima Cache, it will have 250 stored anima. This is a bind on account item, so you can send this to your alts, get them the 250. Now, the cool part of this item is that it's actually 250 anima to send 250 to your alts, which was not the case when we were doing it with the Soul Ash. You actually paid a little more in Soul Ash to send, you know, whatever amount over to your alts. So it's nice to see that it's the same cost. And another little rumor that's been going around, or, you know, speculations and stuff, is the return of the Mage Tower. Now, this one I have some words on. I will just start this by saying I played the fuck out of Legion. I loved the Mage Tower. I thought it was great. Now, with that said, I think returning the Mage Tower is a horrible idea. And I'm not saying that because people shouldn't get appearances that were from Legion. Whatever. It's been many years. Get all the appearances you want. Even the Druid ones. Like, I don't care. I have really kind of stopped giving a shit about that stuff because Blizzard has shown me over the years that unique things don't even fucking matter in the game because people get them later on anyway, whether it's from the store or whatnot. So I really don't care about that aspect. But for me, the reason I think it shouldn't return is because the Mage Tower, as many of you guys know, you probably don't know a single person that has anything bad to say about the Mage Tower. It was one of the greatest features of an expansion, right? There's two awesome features in my mind. Mage Tower for Legion was one, and Timeless Isle for Panda is the other. Those are two of the best things they ever created for WoW as far as expansion features. And with Legion, I just feel like the reason the Mage Tower is hyped up is because it was awesome in its time. Now, with changes to the game and all that, they would ruin it if they brought it back. And that's what I'm the most worried for, is that, you know, it's a great feature and I want to remember it as a great feature. Some of the best things in life are things you never experience ever again. And that's why they remain the best things in life, right? I got a bad feeling about this. So I hope that this is false speculation and that they do not listen to the community for this, because it will get destroyed. The Mage Tower will become something hated by the community. I just know it, and I just prefer to remember it the way it was intended to be remembered. Now, if they want to bring something that's similar to the Mage Tower, then fine. Bring something that has like a Mage Tower kind of similarity, but don't bring the Mage Tower back. You know, like, yeah, that's my personal opinion. I've seen way too many things get destroyed, and yeah, I would rather just see that left in Legion. You know, maybe make it part of time walking. You know, maybe have it be, you know, something that you do out there. You know, maybe people have the ability to go get their appearances while time walking Legion is active. Something like that would be okay, but to make it a full-on thing, yeah, I just think they'd destroy the love for it. One last note I'd like to mention on this topic is that, you know, in this video I will be showing you some recolors of tier 20 sets, and those are from Tomb of Sargeras, so it's quite possible that maybe the Mage Tower is just a way to go get those sets. And next up, Venari. Venari will have some portals to Desmotrian. Damn, I'm impressed how I pronounced that, but I still think it was wrong. But I feel like I almost almost had some cool pronunciation there. And Perdition Hold. So those two new ones will be on the destination. So that will be cool. It'll be nice to be able to just fly to Perdition Hold. Also, like many catch-up patches in expansions, we will have Korthia armaments available. This will be applied to anything you can put on your character, like weapons, jewelry, trinkets, gear. Yeah, you'll have the ability to get it all. Some will be cheaper than others. Pretty much all the armor is gonna be 500 a piece. Some are 750. You know, weapons gonna be 1500. Here's a list so that you know the prices. And so this is gonna all cost Stygia. Stygia's super easy to get, so not a big deal there. You should have plenty by the time this comes out. Torghast also has some changes coming up with the new patch. So we are going to have some increased soul cinders and soul ash. And repeat runs of Torghast are going to now reward full legendary currency instead of being weekly locked out. So yeah, that's you know, fairly good. I still have not gone in Torghast in a while. I know I should, but you know, I was kind of hoping Torghast would be fun like Diablo Rifts are fun, and I don't know. It was fun for like 2 weeks, I guess, but you know, yeah. It definitely lasted a lot longer doing Diablo Rifts than Torghast. Took me years before I started getting bored of the rifts. So this mount showed up in the database. It is the Lightforged Talbuck. So it's speculated that this may be a Lightforged Draenei Paladin mount. I think it's quite possible that could be the case because they don't have the class mount of their own. But then I don't know if that was supposed to ever be a thing, where you got a class mount for your allied race, or whether it was just an allied race mount. I kind of figured it was just an allied race mount, but you know, who knows? In last week's video, I did show off the Mage and Paladin tier 20 sets, and since then they've discovered a whole lot more. I am gonna show you all of them, including the Mage and Paladin one again, for those that didn't catch last week's video. So here are the sets. We have the Death Knight, the Demon Hunter, the Druid, the hunter, the mage set, monk, paladin, rogue, shaman, warlock, warrior, and the priest set. Personally, I think the priest set is the best one out of them all. A lot of them look good, some not so much, but I do like my purple. It's just too bad that priest is my least played character. Okay, so this past week we got a bunch of new customizations for the Highmountain Tauren. So this is some for the beard. Body. Jewelry. Headdress. Head hair. This is quite a bit of horn accessories. And there's been some changes to the horn colors. And some horn styles. This is just some other accessories. Feather. And some sideburns. Tail. And some accessories for your tail. Okay, so that was the male Tauren there. So this is female. This one looks very Christmassy. So hair decorations. Body color. Some jewelry. And the hair accessory and some headdress. And hairstyles. Horn styles. This one is interesting. I like this one actually. Horn accessories. And this is some necklaces. Piercings. Sideburns. Tail. And some tail accessories for the female Tauren. Well, Highmountain, Tauren. Okay. Okay, so for the last topic, it's not WoW related, has to do with the streams on the channel. So my work schedule has changed lately, and so that kind of forced me to have to make a change to the streams. And it's not affecting the WoW content or the content at all on the channel. It's just affecting the stream aspect, which I feel is the bonus aspect of the channel. You know, my videos do better than the streams do, so it's always going to be the main focus, and streams will just be kind of like whenever. So yeah, I'm going to try to maintain the one stream a week though, just to hang out with you guys and stuff. As for members, they're sitting in the tier 3 or 4 category. I know stream requests is part of that, and that has not changed. You can still stream request. They would probably just happen on Saturdays, and same with the Saturday hangout that would still occur. I'm gonna keep Saturdays open for the membership perks and all that. And that is all I have to say for this week's WoW Weekly with Myst. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're having a great week in WoW or playing other games. I did do a stream on Thursday of New World, and that game wasn't bad. You know, it's a good putz around game. It's no WoW to me, but you know, I could see myself playing a lot of it. It's got potential for sure. I really like the crafting in that game. That is all I got to say. So I hope you have a great week in WoW, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.